Hi everyone. Today I am thinking a lot about the conditioning I received and then the story about life and people in it that I created as a child. And because I was raised in a very controlling environment where there was a lot of rigidity, discipline, punishment, where uh, everyone was kind of assumed to be not good or not best, that you needed to like mold people and shape people into something that is worthy. So my whole relationship with the universe and life in general was shaped and then kind of interpreted through that prism of like bad things happen to good people, and any little mistake that I make, even when I don't realize that it's a mistake, like I'll be punished. And I also observed as a child a lot of gratuitous violence, both at home and in the country in which I was raised, the Soviet Union. People were just treated with such disrespect to their individuality, with such disrespect to their life. So what I am seeing though is that a lot of us, regardless of the way we were raised, we all have that relationship with life overall as a relatively dangerous and unwelcoming place, with few exceptions, that people overall are bad, that human nature is aggressive and selfish, and and which actually it's not necessarily true. So, however, the life that we set up, the way we respond to everything that happens to our life is based on that grid of assumptions and beliefs with which we enter it. So, if I expect that life is a dangerous and a precarious place and people in it are ruthless and unwelcoming and disrespectful, then I will go through life with a certain gait, with a certain behavior and a need to protect myself. I would be in constant sense of potential threat or danger, and I would act accordingly, and I will make choices about my behavior accordingly, and I will make choices about with fear about my future and fear about my present and fear of relationships and fear of letting people in, and etc., etc. So right now I am in the process of, or I have been for the last 10 years, I'm in the process of rehabilitating my relationship with life, rehabilitating my relationship with people, and my relationship with myself, that I am worthy to have my needs met, that it's okay for me to wish what I wish, it's okay for me to want what I want, and that there is enough resources and love to go around, and there'll be enough for me, there'll be enough for all of us. And I see how incredibly multi-layered this process is, and also how deeply ingrained, and how it's connected to my most earliest memories, and my interactions with mother. And it's a lot about nourishment and the sense of safety that I experienced in my home. And, we don't realize that this is happening because the normal that was, whatever was surrounding us, we've just accepted as normal. And then this just became what we expect, what we know, and what we take with us everywhere we go. So just, for me to come to that state of realization, first of all, to find that state of peacefulness in my body, like I'm even closing my eyes, because to connect to that place, I need to make a conscious effort to like relax my body, to connect to my heart, to even like imagine spaciousness or warmth in that area. And then from that state, to remain in a state that's not collapsing, even if there is a fear that comes into my aura. If there is a scary thought that comes to my awareness, it's just such a profound retraining that needs to happen in order for us to start behaving in a way that felt edgy and scary before. So for example, all that I'm doing in the last, say, 5 years, since I started speaking about what I'm observing in relationships at home, saying things that are potentially, that used to feel dangerous because it's not part of mass consensus, all of that had come out because I started feeling safe to be me. That my relationship with myself and my relationship with my safety no longer depended on evidence and approval that I saw on the outside. It had to come from me and my connection to my own purpose here, and my own role here, and my own inner guidance. And then what is wonderful is that once I started daring to go outside, and to kind of proclaim my ideas and to share myself and to show myself with others, I also found more evidence that I am safe doing that the world didn't collapse when I spoke my truth, that yes, there were some people who were not pleased, but overall my physical safety was not affected. So just that realization that we can no longer find safety on the outside, because if we wait for others to give us permission to be truly ourselves and fully and wholly ourselves, we may never get there. But when we dare to speak our truth, we will find that we're safe to be who we are. And that's a huge and profound retraining, but also a huge liberation. And, that realization then can take us anywhere else, because anything that we want out of life, anything we want to experience in our life, starts with us giving ourselves permission to do that. And that depends, our giving ourselves permission depends on our relationship with ourselves, how much we are willing and capable of honoring our being, here, our belonging here, and then our needs and our wishes and our desires and our wants. So I wanted to share that with you today, and I'll see you tomorrow.